Good morning, children. Last class we were discussing about how to find the symbols of elements. Okay. So you people, I think you all have studied the symbols of elements. I had very clearly told you should all go through the symbol. You have to learn the symbols of elements. It is very important. It is useful throughout your studies. So now we continue with that. I hope you all people know the symbols of elements. See, if I write, what is it represent? It represents carbon atom, isn't it? If I write Ca, it represents calcium atom, isn't it? Only C, carbon atom, right? This represents calcium atom. If I write CO, it is cobalt atom, right? If I write Cr, it is chromium atom. So just by looking at the symbol of element, you should be able to name the element. Okay, if the name of the element is given, you should immediately recall the symbols of elements. It is very, very important. And you should also write the symbols of elements correctly. The first letter will always be capital, second letter will be small. Okay, I hope you people have understood. Okay, now, so this difference you should know. And Cl means chlorine. Now, I had told you last class, what is the symbol of hydrogen? H. Right? Okay, if I write H, this represents one atom of hydrogen. Isn't it? Okay, this when I write capital H, it represents an atom of hydrogen. Okay, if I write O, this is symbol of oxygen. O, it represents one atom of oxygen. Okay, if I write N, okay, one atom of nitrogen, isn't it? If I write S, it represents one atom of sulfur. So always the symbol of the element represents an atom of that element. Okay, always symbol of the element, okay, it represents the atom of that, one atom of that element. I hope you understood. All right. This, what is this? I hope you all have studied. Okay, this represents one atom of chlorine. Right? This represents one atom of chlorine. Okay, similarly, if you take other example, this represents one atom of helium. Right? I hope you people understood this. Now, this represents, right? H, it represents an atom of hydrogen. If I write H2, H2, 2 down. Okay, this represents two atoms of hydrogen. Okay, H2, if I write, it represents two atoms of hydrogen. Similarly, O2, if I write, two atoms of oxygen. Did you people understand? O2, if I write, it represents two atoms of oxygen. Similarly, if I write O3, okay, it represents three atoms of oxygen. Okay, N2, if I write, it represents two atoms of nitrogen. Okay, when I write N2, it represents 2 atoms of nitrogen. Did you people understand this? Similarly, if I write when I write only Cl, it represents 1 atom of chlorine. If I write Cl2, if I write Cl2, okay, it represents 2 atoms of chlorine. If I write Cl3, it represents 3 atoms of chlorine. Did you people understand this? Okay, if I write S2, if I write S6, it represents 6 atoms of sulfur. Did you people understand this? Now we come to the exact part. Now we will learn what are atoms and molecules and what are elements and compounds. Yes. See, very simple. If I consider what this represents an atom of hydrogen. This represents an atom of hydrogen. This hydrogen atom does not exist independently. It does not exist on its own. Okay, always it combines with another hydrogen atom to form a molecule of hydrogen. To form a molecule of hydrogen, which contains, listen to this carefully, which contains how many atoms? Which contains 2 atoms of hydrogen. I hope you people understood. Hydrogen atom, it does not exist on its own. That is, hydrogen atom does not exist independently. So it combines with another hydrogen atom to form a molecule of hydrogen. This represents a molecule of hydrogen which contains 2 atoms of hydrogen. Do people understand this? Similarly, oxygen atom, it does not exist on its own. So it combines with another oxygen atom to form a molecule of oxygen. Did you people understand? Which contains how many atoms of oxygen? 2 atoms of oxygen. I'm clearly writing also. Go through it and write it down. Okay, in your rough note, not in your classbook. Okay, write it in your rough note and go through it so that you will understand it easily. Okay, then nitrogen atom. Another thing I wanted to say, this represents a molecule of O2. When I write, it represents a molecule of oxygen which contains 2 atoms of oxygen. Okay, this molecule of oxygen exists independently. Okay, this molecule of oxygen exists independently. Similarly, this molecule of hydrogen, it exists independently. Similarly, now nitrogen atom. This represents an atom of nitrogen. Okay, so nitrogen atom, it does not exist independently. So it combines with another nitrogen atom to form a molecule of nitrogen, which contains 2 atoms of nitrogen. Hope you people understood. Similarly, what does this represents? Chlorine atom. Chlorine atom, it does not exist independently. So it combines with another chlorine atom to form a molecule of chlorine. Okay, which contains how many atoms of chlorine? Which contains 2 atoms of chlorine. Did you people understand this? Similarly, bromine, Br, when I say represents bromine. Bromine atom, it does not exist independently. So it combines with another bromine atom to form a molecule of bromine. Okay, this molecule of bromine contains 2 atoms of bromine. So remember, if I write only H, okay, it represents the atom of hydrogen. But when I write H2, it represents a molecule of hydrogen which contains two atoms of hydrogen. Once again, I'm telling, when I write only H, it represents an atom of hydrogen. Okay. But when I write H2, it represents a molecule of hydrogen which contains two atoms of hydrogen. Oh, similarly, when I write O, it represents an atom of oxygen. Okay, and when I write O2, okay, it represents a molecule of oxygen which contains two atoms of oxygen. Similarly, when I write nitrogen, N, it represents an atom of nitrogen. Okay, and when I write N2, it represents a molecule of nitrogen which contains two atoms of nitrogen. Okay, then similarly, chlorine. When I write Cl, it represents an atom of chlorine. Okay, if I write Cl2, it represents a molecule of chlorine which contains two atoms of chlorine. Similarly, this represents an atom of bromine. Okay, but when I write Br2, it represents a molecule of bromine which contains two atoms of bromine. Did you people understand this? So I hope you people came to know the difference between, I hope coming to know the difference between an atom and a molecule. Okay, we will define what are atoms and molecules later. I hope you understood this. Okay, suppose three oxygen atoms, okay, combined together. So what you'll write? 1, 2, 3. O3. What is this? O3, some of you may know. It represents a molecule of ozone. You know ozone? Ozone layer, it protects us from the harmful ultraviolet radiations. Okay, when I write O3, it represents a molecule of ozone which contains how many atoms of oxygen? It contains 3 atoms of oxygen. Are you people understanding this? When I write O3, it represents a molecule of ozone, not oxygen, a molecule of ozone which contains 3 atoms of oxygen. Okay, so now I hope you people are coming to know the difference between an atom and molecule. Okay, so you should always know that, okay, hydrogen atom, it does not exist independently, but whereas a molecule of hydrogen exists independently. Okay, as so with nitrogen atom, it does not exist independently, but whereas a molecule of nitrogen exists independently. Okay, chlorine atom, it does not exist independently, whereas a molecule of chlorine exists independently. Okay, bromine atom does not exist independently, but whereas a molecule of bromine exists independently. Okay, and so with other elements. I hope you people understood this. Now next we will come to what are elements and compounds. Again, we take up the same examples. Yes. So again, we will take up the same examples. What this represents? An atom of hydrogen. It does not exist independently. So it combines with another hydrogen atom to form a molecule of hydrogen. Isn't it? Whereas this molecule of hydrogen, okay, exists independently. Now, oxygen atom does not exist independently. So it combines with another oxygen atom form a molecule of oxygen. This molecule of oxygen exists independently. Chlorine atom does not exist independently, so it combines with another chlorine atom to form a molecule of chlorine. This molecule of chlorine exists independently. Nitrogen atom does not exist independently, so it combines with another nitrogen atom to form a molecule of nitrogen. This molecule of nitrogen exists independently. Right? Okay. Bromine atom, it does not exist independently, so it combines with another bromine atom to form a molecule of bromine. Okay, so atoms generally do not exist independently, but molecules always exist independently. So now listen to this carefully. Hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine, nitrogen, bromine. Hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine, nitrogen, bromine. Okay, they all are made up of same kind of atoms. Hydrogen, a molecule of hydrogen is made up of two hydrogen atoms, isn't it? A molecule of oxygen is made up of two oxygen atoms. A molecule of chlorine is made up of two chlorine atoms. A molecule of nitrogen is made up of two nitrogen atoms. A molecule of bromine is made up of two bromine atoms. Okay, here hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine, nitrogen, bromine. Okay, they are made up of same kinds of atoms, isn't it? So, hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine, nitrogen, bromine are all examples of elements. Are you people understanding? Hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine, nitrogen, bromine. Okay, they are made up of same kinds of atoms. They are made up of same kinds of atoms. Hydrogen molecule is made up of same two hydrogen atoms. Oxygen molecule is made up of same two oxygen atoms. Chlorine molecule is made up of same two chlorine atoms. So, elements, they are what are elements? They are the hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine, nitrogen, bromine. They are nothing but examples of elements which are made up of same kinds of atoms. So elements, what are elements? They are the substances which are made up of same kind of atoms. Do you people understand this? What are elements? Elements are the substances which are made up of same kinds of atoms. Okay, which are the other examples of elements? These are few examples of elements. All the metals, okay, metals like sodium, potassium, gold, silver, okay, mercury, then platinum, then other calcium, magnesium. They all are examples of, they all are metals, isn't it? They all are examples of elements. Okay, so what are elements? Elements are the substances which are made up of same kinds of atoms. Did you people understand? Once again I repeat, elements are the substances which are made up of same kinds of atoms. Now we come to two hydrogen atoms combined with one oxygen atom to form a molecule of water. Okay, this represents, listen carefully, it represents a molecule of water. This represents a molecule of water which contains two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. Once again I am repeating, when I write H2O, it represents when I write H2O, it represents one molecule of water which contains 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. Okay, so it represents a molecule of water. So another example, if you take one nitrogen atom, it combines with 3 hydrogen atoms. One nitrogen atom combines with 3 hydrogen atoms to form a molecule of ammonia. Form a molecule of ammonia. This molecule of ammonia contains 1 atom of nitrogen and 3 atoms of hydrogen, isn't it? Now write NH3 represents a 1 molecule of ammonia which contains 1 atom of nitrogen and 3 atoms of hydrogen. Did you people understand this? When I write carbon atom, it combines with 2 oxygen atoms to form a, what is the CO2? That is carbon dioxide. Form a molecule of carbon dioxide. If one carbon atom combines with 2 oxygen atoms to form a molecule of carbon dioxide. So this molecule of carbon dioxide contains 1 atom of carbon and 2 atoms of oxygen. Did you people understand this? Other example, if you take one carbon atom combines with 4 hydrogen atoms to form a, this is methane, form a molecule of methane. Okay, one carbon atom combines with 4 hydrogen atoms to form a molecule of methane. Okay, CH4, when I write, it is methane. Okay, when I write CH4, okay, it represents molecule of methane. Okay, so you should know. When I write carbon dioxide, CO2, you people know it is carbon dioxide. When I write NH3, it is ammonia. When I write CH4, it is methane. Do people understand this? When I write one atom combines with 2 oxygen atoms to form a molecule of sulfur dioxide. Okay. Now, here water, ammonia, carbon dioxide, methane, sulfur dioxide. They all are examples of compounds. They all are examples of compounds. Can you tell me why? See here. Here, if you take molecule of oxygen, it is made up of oxygen, 2 oxygen atoms. That is, they are made up of same kinds of atoms. But here you see a molecule of water. It is made up of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. That means its molecule of water is made up of different kinds of atoms. Do people understand this? Similarly, a molecule of ammonia is made up of 1 nitrogen atom and 3 hydrogen atoms, isn't it? That means what? Ammonia is made up of different kinds of atoms, isn't it? Carbon dioxide, this represents a molecule of carbon dioxide which contains 1 atom of carbon, 2 atoms of oxygen. Okay, so that means it is made up of different kinds of atoms. Therefore, water, ammonia, carbon dioxide, methane, sulfur dioxide, they all are examples of compounds. They all are examples of compounds. Okay. So how do you define compounds? Compounds, they are the, I'll write down here. Compounds, they are the substances which are made up of different kinds of atoms. Did you people understand the difference? See here, elements, hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine, nitrogen, bromine, they all are examples of elements. Why? Because they are made up of same kinds of atoms, isn't it? But whereas water, methane, ammonia, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, okay, they all are made up of different kinds of atoms. Are you people understanding? Once again, I will repeat. Water, ammonia, carbon dioxide, methane, sulfur dioxide, they all are examples of compounds. Okay? Why? Because they are made up of different kinds of atoms. Did you people understand this? So what are elements? Elements, they are the substances which are made up of same kinds of atoms. Okay, what are that? What are compounds? Compounds, they are the substances, okay, which are made up of different kinds of atoms. Did you people understand this? I hope you people are understanding. I hope you people are understanding and you are coming to know the difference between elements and compounds. I'll write down few examples that you should try to tell whether it's an element or a compound. Please take down the definition. Elements, are substances which are made up of same kinds of atoms. Okay, example, you write down oxygen, hydrogen. You can't follow my handwriting. Oxygen, hydrogen, chlorine, 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 nitrogen, etc. They all are examples of elements. So compounds, to take down examples as water, carbon dioxide, then water, carbon dioxide, methane, ammonia, sulfur dioxide, etc. are examples of compounds. And compounds, they are always made up of, what are compounds? They are made up of two or more elements. For example, water is made up of two elements, hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, ammonia, it is made up of two elements, nitrogen and hydrogen. Carbon dioxide is made up of two elements, carbon and oxygen. So you should know that always compounds, they are made up of two or more elements. Okay, remember, always compounds, they are made up of two or more elements. Okay, this one you should know. Compounds, they are always made up of two or more elements. Compounds are made up of two or more elements. Do people understand this? Hope you people have understood. Okay, so remember, you all should know and not just remember at that particular time and forget it. Elements, they are the substances which are made up of same kinds of atoms. Thus compounds, they are the substances which are made up of different kinds of atoms. And now there are few we will examples we will take up. We will discuss. Okay, and I write silver. How do you write silver? Symbol of silver is Ag. Okay, silver, silver chloride. Okay. Silver is an example of element. It's a metal, isn't it? Silver is a metal. It's an example of element. Whereas silver chloride, okay, silver chloride, it is made up of two elements, silver and chlorine. So it is an example of compound. Did you people understand this? Similarly, if I simply write C, it is carbon, isn't it? Carbon is an element. Okay, but if I write CO, CO. What is the CO? Carbon monoxide. I hope you know this compound. Yes, whereas C, it is an element, whereas carbon monoxide, that is made up of carbon and oxygen. Okay, it is a compound. Did you people understand this? Potassium. Potassium chloride. Okay, here potassium, it is an element, whereas potassium chloride is a compound. Did you people understand this? Okay, simply calcium. Calcium, it is an element. Calcium oxide, it is an calcium oxide. It is made up of calcium and oxygen. It is an example of compound. Okay, I hope you just by seeing you should be able to say whether it is an element or compound. So elements are substances which are made up of same kinds of atoms, and compounds are substances which are made up of different kinds of atoms. And now this represents an oxygen atom. If I write O, it represents an atom of oxygen. If I write O2, it represents a molecule of oxygen. So how do you define an atom? How do you define an atom? Atom is the smallest particle of an element. Atom is the smallest particle of an element. Okay, atom, it is the smallest particle of an element. Okay, now to take nitrogen atom. See, fluorine atom, nitrogen atom, oxygen atom, sulfur atom, bromine atom, then calcium atom. They all are existing. Chlorine, nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur, bromine, calcium, what are they? They all are elements, isn't it? So, atom is the smallest particle of an element. Okay. Similarly, molecule. And you people know that atom of nitrogen, atom of oxygen do not exist independently, whereas a molecule of oxygen and a molecule of nitrogen exists independently. So, molecule, listen to this carefully. Cl2, O2, N2, Br2, H2. What are they? Chlorine, oxygen, nitrogen, bromine. What are they? They all are. This represents a molecule of chlorine, a molecule of oxygen, a molecule of nitrogen, a molecule of bromine. Okay, chlorine, oxygen, nitrogen, bromine, they all are examples of elements. So they are molecules of elements, right? They all are molecules of elements. But if I write H2O, CO2, NH3, CH4, okay, this represents molecule of water, a molecule of carbon dioxide, a molecule of ammonia, a molecule of methane. Okay, what are the water, carbon dioxide, methane, sorry, ammonia, methane? They all are examples of compounds. So they represent molecules of compounds. Is that it? So chlorine, I hope you are understanding. Chlorine, oxygen, nitrogen, bromine, they all are molecules of elements, and water, carbon dioxide, ammonia, methane, they are molecules of compounds, isn't it? So how do you define a molecule? Molecule is the smallest particle. So you people now don't understand my handwriting, that's why I'm repeating. Smallest, and whenever I'm writing, I'm telling and only writing. Smallest particle of an element or compound. Smallest particle of an element or compound. Okay, that exist independently. That exist independently. Do people understand this? What is molecule? Molecule is a smallest particle of an element or compound, okay, which exists independently. Atoms, they do not have, generally they do not have independent existence, whereas molecules, they have independent existence. So next class, what you are going to do is, first 10 minutes, you will have tests on these two classes. You will have tests on the symbols of elements. Okay, then what are elements and compounds with examples, and what are atoms and molecules. Okay, so first 10 minutes you will have test. Next class you will have test. What is the test on? You will on the symbols of elements. The name of the element is given, you should know to write the symbols of elements. Okay, if the symbol of element is given, you should know to write the name of the element. So I told you, I hope you are prepared. If you are not prepared, be prepared for that. Okay, please don't, when you're practicing, don't copy in the same order, change the order and practice. I told you last class also. After that, you should also know you should know the what are elements, what are compounds and examples. Okay, also you should know what are atoms and molecules. Please go through it once again and learn the definitions. So, and you have test in the next class. Thank you.